All right, hello everybody. This is John with Stronghold-Corp. Doing a video quick talk to you guys about silencers. Just so you guys know, it's 2026 and people are calling it the year of the silencer, and that is not probably an understatement. That's probably right on track with being exactly what it is. A lot of you probably heard the news. The tax stamps went away with legislation last year. The tax stamps used to be $200 per silencer, per SBR, per SBS, things like that. And it went to zero on January 1. To kind of put that into scale, what that means is the ATF was typically processing about 2,500 Form 4s a day up until January 1, or there was a hold a little bit of period of time in December about that. But on January 1 of 2026, they processed 150,000 Form 4s, or they had 150,000 come in, where they typically saw 2,500. So I've had people asking questions about what's the wait time look like. I'm seeing online that typically most people are seeing about 2 weeks. People are curious about what's the holdup, what's going on. And I'll be honest, it's just a floodgate opened up, right? And it's not just Form 4s. The law covered people that are actually doing Form 1s, which means they're making their own silencers. There's a process for that. It covers people that are doing Form 1s for making SBRs, and SBS is also into that process. So the ATF is inundated with a ton of people submitting Form 4s and Form 1s. Now, the reason I bring this up, Stronghold-Corp is not new to this world of the business, right? Stronghold-Corp was founded in 2013. We actually got our SOT in early 2016 before the law even changed for the state of Iowa. We were an SOT dealer. Actually, we weren't sure the law was going to change or not, but we actually were getting into the SOT world in 2016. So 2026 marks 10 years that Stronghold-Corp has been a silencer dealer. And we've done it all with silencers. And I don't say we've done it all. We've sold silencers to a lot of people. We've done, when I say do it all, we've done a hard copy Form 4, we've done fingerprint cards, we've sent forms in, we've had to actually send hard copies to sheriffs, we've had to help people through the process with paperwork, with hard signatures. We've upgraded in the last 2 years to electronic fingerprints that we do in-house. So we've added that to it. But it all comes back to Stronghold-Corp is a shooting organization. We started life as trainers. We believe in what we sell. We shoot a lot of silencers, right? And just to kind of bring it up, it's kind of funny. When we got into the silencer business, we started looking at them. We're like, I'd never shot with one. I was in the military. I'd never shot with a silencer. I didn't realize if they're good or bad. I kind of had my own perceptions about them. And in 2016, when we got our SOT, we got 4 silencers in to see how they worked. And I'll be honest, we went to the range and shot them, and it's the greatest thing that I could ever imagine, honestly. Being a veteran, I have some tinnitus. I have a constant ringing in my ear. Don't know if that was the military or the range. I'm pretty sure it was the military. I got some stories I could tell you about that that would probably take all the bandwidth for any of these videos I could do. But I'll be honest with you, I tell people when they ask me about silencers, I wish we would have had them when I was kids. I wish I'd had a 22 silencer all those times I was hunting as a kid on my 22. When me and my brother used to target shoot, man, I wish we'd have had silencers. Because when we were growing up in the 80s and 90s, we didn't know about ear pro, right? It was just a 22 is what, everybody would tell us. And so we would shoot cans in the backyard at grandma's house, and we didn't have any hearing protection. So growing up, between the shooting, the hunting, and the playing the drums before I went in the military, I've never been good on my hearing, and silencers can fix that. So when we talk silencers, there's a lot of different things, right? People don't know what they want, right? Do you need a silencer for a 50 BMG that has a hole that is ginormous? I mean, it is ginormous. This thing is a monster. This is a 50 BMG silencer, and it's awesome. If you've never shot a 50 BMG with a silencer and you have a 50 BMG, highly recommend it. To go to the other extreme, maybe you need a 22 silencer on a little tiny 22 pistol, right? 22 silencers are great. I love them. I always tell people that a 22 silencer is the gateway drug into the silencer world. You start shooting 22 with a silencer, and it is the most fun that you really can have on the range. It is so great, so fun. It's a lot of fun. Do you need 30 cal can? This is a newer one, right, that we've got. It's actually hub compatible, and 2026 is leading into the world of great designs and silencers. There's so many things on the market. There's so many new silencers announced at SHOT Show this week or last week. The hub compatible silencers, Back in the day, we used to have proprietary silencer mounts, right? This is an AAC 51T mount, and this mount, you had to have an AAC 51T mount. So if you bought AAC, you'd find yourself putting AAC mounts on all your guns, and you had AAC cans. Well, the industry got smart, and they came up with hub mounting. And hub mounting really means is that you can take this direct thread off, and you can put a quick detach for whatever style you want on this hub can that fits your quick detach. So if I have 51Ts and I want to put a hub 51T mount on here for AAC, I can. If I want to put a chemo, I can put that on there. If I want to use any of the Silencer Co. or Surefire or all these other mounts, there's adapters you can put on these hub mounts, and you're not limited to what type of silencer you can buy now. So there's a ton of options out there. There's suppressors for 12 gauges. They look huge. They look like they'd be heavy. They're really lightweight, and they're actually surprisingly effective. The long rifles, if you shoot coyotes, silencers are great for hunting coyote. They do a lot of good stuff. It really always boils down to how much noise are you putting out there, how much noise pollution are you putting out there, how much damage are you doing to your hearing. And in the world of coyote hunting, it's great using a suppressor to coyote hunt because it confuses the coyotes, because all they really hear is the supersonic crack when you're using supersonic ammunition. Again, we've been shooting silencers, using silencers, training with silencers since 2016. And we've played with a lot of them. We haven't played with all of them. We can't keep up with how many manufacturers are coming out right now. Silencers are a big thing. But if you have questions about silencers, or getting a silencer, getting into a silencer, or you want to hear what one sounds like, or you want to see what it feels like with one, let us know. Stronghold-Corp, we've been doing this for 10 years. We're not new to the silencer game. We're not new to the NFA game. We have a range. We're ready to take you out there and let you test some silencers, let you shoot some stuff, let you see what you like, let you see what you don't like. And I'll tell you, once you start shooting with a silencer, you realize your quality of life is better. And I'm not saying you're going to get rid of hearing protection. I'm telling you to take care of your ears. But the silencer helps a ton, and I wish we'd have had them years ago. Again, silencers, Stronghold-Corp, Eastern Iowa, we'd love to be your silencer dealer. We're here to help you get through the process as easy as possible. We have availability on our website. If you look right now, you can see what we have in stock on our website. And we're here to just make your processing of NFA paperwork easy. The next video I'll do, which isn't going to be tonight, I'm going to talk about the difference between putting a silencer on a full-size 16-inch rifle and putting it onto an SBR, and what the benefits are of that, and how this change to the actual tax stamp actually impacts that. So I'll talk about that next, but like I said, right now I just wanted to talk about silencers, and we're here to help you be a silencer owner. We're here to help you get through the process. We're helping you to process everything as fast and as easy as possible, and make the process completely seamless. So if you have questions, just reach out to us. We're here to help. Thanks.